Well, good morning. It is a little after 7 a.m. now. I'm still in Julian. Spent the night here last night. Tried to upload some videos to YouTube. That was the main reason for coming into town, along with, having a bed and having a nice sleep. But no, I did want to upload videos to YouTube. I've got 4 lined up waiting to go. The Wi-Fi was just so bad. It was so slow. It was slower than when I was trying to upload in the tent the other night. That's how bad it was. So I searched around on the internet very, very slowly and found this place where I'm sat now, which is the Purple Owl Cafe. I'll show you what it's like in a second. It's right on the edge of town. It's only a couple of minutes walk off the main street. And it opens at 6 a.m. So I was here at like 20 past 6 this morning. It's pretty miserable outside today as well. Cold, dull, wet, misty, rainy. So very, very different to the last few days' weather. Anyway, I am currently sat waiting for my 3rd upload to complete, and then I will start number 4. So there should be 4 videos going up here. And I'll be scheduling them. So that's going to have to be what I do in the future. Get the videos prepped when I can, and then when I get to somewhere that's got decent Wi-Fi, get them uploaded and schedule them. Anyway, other jobs after this today. I've got to go and pick my laundry up from the other hotel. They open at 8 a.m. I've got to get a couple of little bits of resupply for the next section, and then go and pack my bag, because my bag's just basically exploded all over the hotel room floor. There's just stuff everywhere. So I imagine it's probably going to be 10 a.m. before I start to leave town here today. I'm going to try and get a hitch back out to the trail, and then start walking in this not very nice weather. There's a pretty big climb out of town from what I can gather, and then once you're up that, I was chatting to a lad yesterday, and he was saying it's all really, really smooth walking until Warner Springs, which is roughly 30 miles away. So it looks like it should be a decent stretch. But as you can see, I've been settled a little while. I've had a nice yogurt and fruit cup. Still got some coffee going. And as I say, it's called the Purple Owl Cafe and Bakery. Some huge cakes and things in there. Pretty cool sign on the wall. It's a nice place, actually. I've been the only person in here for the last hour. And the Wi-Fi is free. So if you're like me and you're on trail and you want some Wi-Fi in Julian, I'd certainly recommend coming in here. And you can feel safe as well because you're right next door to the sheriff's station. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work, guys. See you back out on the trail. Good morning. I am back at Scissors Crossing. Just left Julian. Was intending to hitchhike, just walking up to where someone said would be the best spot near the post office, and a big pickup drove past, slowed down and said, "Are you headed back to trail? Do you want a ride?" So it was literally that easy. Didn't even have to do anything. Real nice couple. Made some space in the back for me. Really nice pickup as well. Very nice. But I now have a little less food in my backpack, even though I've resupplied. So I've thrown a little bit of stuff that I knew I wasn't going to use. I've just got some more wraps that I needed, another thing of tuna. I should have enough to get me 4, 5 or 6 days up the trail to Idlewild. I've got a 14-mile stretch now to the next water, and that temperature like this, it's going to be pretty easily to do, I think. So shut up, Paul, and get walking. A new type of cactus. Not seen these yet. Are these barrel cactus, I think, maybe? Don't know. Quite a few of them dotted around. Look at this dude. And you got a real big one there. So I've got this big climb to do up these switchbacks, probably all the way to the top of this big hill. And after that, I believe, it's pretty much smooth, plain sailing for about 25 miles. Although usually when I say these things, I'm totally wrong. So at the moment it's a pretty nice temperature for hiking, I've got to admit. I'm really enjoying it. I've got my windbreaker on because that wind is still quite potent, but it's definitely a much more manageable temperature for somebody from England. Just past a Dutch couple. Tim, he's not got his trail name yet, and his partner Sparrow. They're both enjoying it. I think they were in the same boat. They were both enjoying the temperature as well. As you can see, still working along the side of this mountain, heading gradually upwards. And you can maybe just make out possibly the highway at the bottom there. I think with a lot of this desert scenery, you kind of find yourself looking at the same thing for a long time, obviously because you're not moving really fast. So it can seem sometimes as though you're not travelling a great deal of distance, you're not making much progress. But every step forward gets you a little bit closer to your goal, even if it doesn't feel like it sometimes. So just a tiny little bit annoyed this morning. I said yesterday I dropped my laundry off at the Julian Lodge, and I dropped it off inside my plastic pack liner because that was pretty much all I had to carry it in. And it was my own fault. I should have said when I dropped it off, I would like the bag back, please. But I neglected to say so. And I went to pick my laundry up this morning, and the bag wasn't there, the pack liner wasn't there. So I've lost my pack liner. Because I'm one of those people, I did bring two with me for when something like that happened or when I ripped it. So I'm down to one plastic pack liner. It's not the end of the world, it's just a minor annoyance. And to be fair to them, they did go and look for it, and about 20 minutes after I'd got back on trail, I did get a WhatsApp message from them saying that they'd found it and it was at the front desk if I wanted it. So I just messaged them back, said thank you very much, pop it in the hiker box and see if somebody else can use it. Lesson learnt there. It's getting on for 1 p.m. and I'm approaching mile 86, which means I've done about 9 miles this morning of what I can only term really easy walking. You may be able to make out the trail just cutting the hillside in the distance there. Once you got up off the switchbacks, climbing out the valley, that's pretty much what the trail's been like most of the way. Just very gently undulating. It's funny because you're kind of crisscrossing from one side of a ridge to the other. And one side is really warm and sunny with little wind. And then this side that I'm on at the moment is cooler and quite windy. So it's been a morning of two halves so far. Not seen a great deal of people on trail, maybe past 3 couples, I think. There is one person I've seen in front of me. Looks a little bit like Blackbird. It looks like his pack, but too far away to tell. I will be stopping shortly for something to eat. Hunger's getting to me already. There's a chance today that I might, depending how I get on, I might hit the 100-mile mark. But that's going to be probably a little bit much for me to do today, I think. I think that's probably going to be more like tomorrow morning first thing. But we shall see how things go. Certainly feeling good. Had a real nice breakfast at the motel this morning. It wasn't a huge breakfast by any means, but after the little yoghurt cup, decent sized yoghurt and fruit cup I had at the Purple Owl when I was uploading the videos, went back to the hotel and more yoghurt and fruit there and a little bowl of granola as well and some coffee. So I was looked after very well this morning. Good afternoon. Still where you last saw me, working my way around this side of this mountain type thing. Met a guy called Alex from Nottingham. Sorry, this wind is insane. Woo! Yeah, I met a guy called Alex from Nottingham. Stopped for some lunch with him. He's just delayering behind me. He's got some cool stories. He works in the film industry. He's got some really cool stories from different things he's worked on. Still got these really epic views as well across the desert floor. Oh man! Just when we stopped for lunch just now, it was the exact same kind of wash where I camped in 2019. I could even still see the same tree that I put my tent behind. So that was quite cool. Little blast from the past. Nice little windbreak next to it. I remember it like it was yesterday. And there's Alex. So because you're working your way along the side of the mountain, the trail very often cuts right in to these ravines and you're walking around them and back out again. This is kind of what I meant the other day, where if it was the Pyrenees or the Alps, you would literally just be coming straight down and then going back up again. But with this one, because it's graded for pack animals, you're cutting in a lot and it's a lot gentler. Look at this though. Must be somewhere around mile 88, I would guess, 89, something like that. Maybe 3 or 4 miles more until the water cache, which is just slightly off trail, I believe. So this is a pretty dry section that we're coming through. It's been 14 miles from Scissors Crossing. You just got a detour off the trail, maybe 0.1, 0.2 miles, not a great deal. There's quite a few camp spots down here that are all sort of sheltered from the weather. And then there's a big water cache down here as well, which I'll show you when I reach it. So just made it down to the water cache. This is where obviously the volunteers drive in all the water, and just here is where it's all stockpiled up. You can see there's 1, 2, 3 pallets in there and a big empty cage for the empty bottles. It's a donation jar that I've just put a few dollars in as well. It is all bought water. It's not like filled from taps, because I just cracked the seal on one of the bottles. So it's all shop bought stuff. So someone has to buy it all and bring it all up here and maintain this. And that is not an easy task. Without people doing stuff like this section probably would either be extremely difficult or not possible. So I know every hiker that passes through here and uses it is really, really grateful. Anyway, there's still a good few hours left of hiking today even though there's plenty of nice camp spots around here, I'm going to carry on and get a few more miles knocked out tonight. So it's not epic views and sunshine all the time, as you probably realise. Quite a bit of the time you're just kind of walking through brush like this, a little winding path. The wind is still quite strong. It's quite cold as well now. It's definitely got a bit colder. A little bit of cloud rolling in as well. Let's see if I can get another 5 or 6 miles done tonight or this afternoon. Give it till about 6 p.m. if I can make it that far walking time. See where I am by that time. Just met Alex coming back out of the water cache when I was leaving. Feel a bit bad because I'm always in two minds. I kind of want to hike with someone for the company. It is nice talking to someone. At the same time, like when I'm on my own, I seem to have my own pace. I can do what I want. I stop to film. Don't have to worry about catching anyone up or leaving anyone behind. So it's difficult finding the right balance. What we're on now, day 5. I've not really walked with anyone for longer than an hour, and that's been the most by far as well. Most people it's like 15-20 minutes. So I don't know what will happen with that. Maybe I'll end up walking as far as I walk, whether it be to Canada or Oregon or wherever it be. Maybe I'll just end up going there on my own. Who knows? Hello again. So since the water cache, it's been about probably an hour, just over an hour, and I have been absolutely motoring. My thinking is that while I feel good, while the terrain's like easy, I'm just going to smash out as much as I can. The weather hasn't been great, I'll be honest. It's not been raining, but my hands are really cold. There's a constant cold wind. You can probably see behind me here in the distance. That's what I'm walking out of. And to be honest with you, it was just starting to get to me a little bit, especially after being walking in the sun all the time. But then I came around the corner and was greeted by a nice bit of blue sky and sunshine. And it's amazing just how much it lifts your spirits. So I am approaching slowly the 100 mile mark. I believe I'm somewhere around 95 or 96, I hope. I've not been checking the app all that often, to be honest. The famous cave, where no doubt somebody has slept, but I won't be sleeping. No thank you. So, as long as my legs feel alright, I am going to keep on trucking this evening. Might even... No, I won't do any night hiking. Don't be stupid, Paul. Good evening. It is a little after 6 p.m. I am around about mile 99.1, something like that, I would guess. And heavens look like they want to open right about now. It's been looking threatening for the last at least 1 hour. There's been a couple of little drops come down, just the odd little bit of moisture that I felt, but as yet it's held off. I don't think it's going to stay like that. I am trying to get to a tent site that is probably now about 2.5 miles in front of me. I kind of got so close to the 100 mile mark that I decided it was just, might as well just keep going. Plus, There haven't been a great deal of tent sites because the trail's been cutting down the side of a hillside, and whereas the trail's flat, it's kind of all like this, as you can see, slopey at one side and bushes, slopey and bushes at the other side. But you can see we've dropped right down to the valley floor. I'm hoping that there's going to be some cover somewhere because this wind just isn't letting up at all. Well, apparently that's it, 100. I expected a different kind of marker, but there it is, 100 trail miles done. Well, hello there. So, little change of plans this evening. I got to the 100-mile mark, carried on going, then got to Barrel Springs just after that, carried on going. It's now about 7:30 p.m. and you may recognise this as Warner Springs Meadows, I think it's called, Warner Meadows, something like that. It's around about mile 103-ish, something like that. I'm looking for somewhere to camp that's not in the middle of this wind tunnel, and I believe there's somewhere in about a mile and a half. So that is where I am making for right now. Probably done somewhere around 25 miles so far today, something like that probably. It was 23 to the 100-mile mark, so that seems to make sense. Welcome to my tent. It's 22 minutes past 8 on day 5, and I am camped at mile 105 by a babbling brook with lots of frogs, I assume frogs, toads, making noises. It's actually quite nice. Don't really know what to say about today. It's just been pretty easy walking, to be honest with you. It would have been a lot more enjoyable if it was slightly warmer and less windy, but saying that, I have got an absolutely brilliant spot where I am. There's only a very small draft. I've got the tent door open at the moment. You won't be able to see anything, I'm afraid. There's a log there. But as you can see, it's a little messy in my tent. I haven't even eaten yet or made a drink or anything. I've literally just got my sleeping pad put in and need to do a bit of sorting out. Anyway, I think that's probably going to be me done for the night, everyone. I am quite pooped. We'll see what tomorrow brings, shall we?